This is the Suntouchable Whoa Glow SPF 30 Sun Protection and Makeup Primer. And from what other creators have said, e.l.f. was going for a dupe of the Supergoop Glow Screen. I can't tell you if it is or not. I don't have that. I've seen others use that, and it was way too glowy for me to even consider using. But when I saw them compare this to the Supergoop, it wasn't quite as glowy, and so I decided to take a chance. Now, I have absolutely no business buying another glowy priming product. I have 4 that I'm going to be decluttering very soon, and I decluttered another 2 last year. Because every time I try a glowy primer, I end up looking like a disco ball or a grease pit by the end of the day. I may be over 50, but I still have oily skin. It's not as bad as it was when I was younger, but I still can get really shiny by the end of the day. And so why did I buy this? I keep holding out hope that maybe there's a product out there that will give me a healthy glow without making me look like a disco ball by the end of the day. And yes, at $14, this is a little bit on the higher end of e.l.f. products, but it also wasn't terribly expensive, and I had some points I could use to help bring it down a little bit. And so glass skin is never something that I'm going for, but I do like a little bit of a fresh, radiant look. So we are going to test this out and see if it can stay on the radiant side of the line and not cross over into the disco ball side of the line. So the Suntouchable Whoa Glow Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Sunscreen Sun Protection Plus Makeup Primer from e.l.f. is a new product, and e.l.f. says that it does 3 things: prime, protect, and glow. It says that it's the last step in your skincare and to use it just before putting on your makeup. Infused with hydrating aloe, hyaluronic acid, and squalene, this lightweight SPF 30 creates a glowing radiance while priming for long-lasting makeup wear, and the color is Sunbeam. I don't know if that means that they intend to come out with other colors in the future, but right now this is the only one they have, and it is a little bit of a peachy shade. You can see there. And when you blend it in, it gives just a little bit of a glow to your skin, but it's not overly glowy. And so you can maybe see my 2 hands there. I don't know if you can see a difference or not. I didn't put any lotion on because I didn't want it to glow from the lotion. So yeah, that's what that looks like. I have been using this. Not going to spoil what I think of it because I just want to go ahead and put it on, tell about it, that kind of stuff, and see what you guys think. Just going to do just a little bit here just to get the idea of what it looks like before I put it on everywhere. And while there is a bit of a glow, it's not over the top. So I'm going to now put on the amount of sunscreen that you need to use for your face and neck. And that's approximately a 1/4 teaspoon. I did measure it the first time so I could get an idea of what the blob looks like if it's a 1/4 teaspoon. And this is why you never want to use your foundation as a sunscreen, because if you tried to use this much foundation, it would be a disaster because it's not going to blend in. It's going to smear all over your face. And so when you use the amount of foundation that you should use, you're not going to get the SPF that's listed on the product. I actually prefer foundations with no SPF because I use a separate SPF. Okay, I should have done this first, but I don't want sunscreen in my hair, so let me get rid of this. Isn't this attractive up here? I don't know what's going on with my hairline, but it is so dry. I think it's because I don't get my moisturizer all the way up there because I don't want moisturizer in my hair, but maybe I should just suck it up and do it. So that's a lot, and it's smeary. And I'm going to put it on. e.l.f. says that you can use this product to prime, protect, and glow. The lightweight face sunscreen and primer hybrid delivers broad spectrum SPF 30 sun protection, primes your skin for long-lasting makeup wear, and imparts a glowy sheer finish. The formula is also boosted with aloe, hyaluronic acid, and squalene, and they say that this is the last step in your skincare routine before you apply makeup. It is also recommended for all skin types. I'm really glowy, okay? And I would not go out with just this on my face. It's too much. If you have really dry skin, this might be gorgeous on your skin all by itself. But for me, I can't. So I am actually going to put foundation and my makeup on so that you can see what this looks like under foundation, but I have to let it sit for just a little bit, so I'll be back. For foundation, I'm going to go ahead and keep it in the e.l.f. family and use the e.l.f. Flawless Skin Foundation in the color Bisque. I think this is probably the only e.l.f. foundation that I actually like. The Camo CC Cream does not work on my skin. It looks okay when I first put it on, but it breaks down in like 2 or 3 hours. And that's just not tenable for a foundation for me. I need a foundation that's going to go 9-10 hours without me having to touch it. And the Camo Powder Foundation also didn't work for me. I do have a video on that one if you want to check out my thoughts on that. So I'm going to use this one and just put some here. And I like using a beauty sponge to blend it in. This color is actually a little bit warm for me, the way it comes out of the bottle, but I'm using the blue e.l.f. corrector to cool it down just a little bit. And I created a short for that if you actually want to see me doing that. And I'm going to review that in another video, but just thought I'd mention it here. And so here with the foundation on, let me just put just a tiny little bit more here. You can see that it does give me coverage, but it still looks like skin, and you can still see a bit of that glow peeking through compared to the side over here. I'm going to see how well it does covering this red spot. I did not get the green corrector because I wasn't sure if I would use it, but then I realized that with all of this red spot on here, I probably should have ordered it, and so I did today. Now, sometimes I have used a pore filling primer after putting the sunscreen on in my T-zone, and I like the way that looks too, but I'm not going to do that today because I want to just do the sunscreen and the foundation. Okay, you don't need to watch me pounce this foundation into my face. I'll be back when I'm done. All right, I'm going to come in closer so that you can see my skin. I didn't put any concealer on, so don't look at my under eyes, okay? So I think that it looks really pretty underneath my makeup. I think that there's still a little bit of the glow peeking through, but not so much that I feel like, I just look greasy. And so I am going to go put on the rest of my makeup. I will powder through my T-zone, and I do that with every foundation, every primer. So I'm going to do it the way I always do it so that I can see how it wears with the sunscreen being the only thing that I have changed. Be right back with all of my face done. I'm back with all of my makeup done, and I just think that my complexion looks really nice with that sunscreen on. I did use a ColourPop Super Shock highlighter right on the tops of my cheeks, but that's the only highlighter I have on my skin. And like I said, I did also powder my T-zone and under my eyes. I will update in the comments how this wore today with this foundation, but in the times that I used it on a couple of other days, it did not affect the wear time of my makeup at all. And so, yeah, I think this is a really nice product. And I'm happy that I have found a couple of radiant products, both of them from e.l.f. The other one was this one right here, and there's a video where I review that as well. Because I think that this soft radiant finish is really flattering, and I'm very glad that the trend is moving away from that super shine and kind of settling into this more natural glow. My name is Tina, and if you enjoyed this video, then I would ask that you would take a second and give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you have watched more than 3 of my videos and you are not yet subscribed, I would ask that you would take a second and do that as well. If you want to keep hanging out, then I'll see you over in that video. Otherwise, I will see you in my next one. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye-bye.